Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round playoffs on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
This is Carson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it here. This is James White. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30, 10, touchdown, Houston. James White, 66 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shoot, watch the shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Brissett to throw on first. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week in the wild card round, and oftentimes we say you want to get the open week and get some rest, but many times we see the upsets happen with a team that won the week before and has momentum on its side.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 36.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Out of the gun, Brissett. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw, Brissett. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Now the 2nd-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he gets everything he could into this one. The trajectory's good. It's definitely online. It just needs a little more oomph behind it. And it'll wind up falling just shy of the crossbar.
And now out comes Houston. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Watch twins.
On the draw, here's White. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
An excellent year, obviously, because they got the open week, had the bye. But the one thing you always worry about, the rust factor. And I had a coach say to me one time, when you have that open week, you often think about scrimmaging so you're ready to go the next week. But you know you can't. So you cross your fingers and hope your guys are ready to roll.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Brissett sets to throw it. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Deron Payne coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. But look there at the defensive starters for the Colts. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good. But this week, I expected to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. On 2nd down now, it's White. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll look to throw here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down. Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Second and 11. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Marsh. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, and it's good for a 1st down as well. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
They run it with Carson. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, it put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
In your face.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Marsh. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Texans defense heading back out now, ready to get their cracks again. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the 1st half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Let's go. I don't even know why this team showed up.
off the play fake. Here's Brissett. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing, Brissett. Complete, Smith has it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On play action, Brissett. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roberson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Brissett now. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
And now out comes Houston. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's Carson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Oh, the spin. It's complete. James White. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
I'm not sure this is how they had it drawn out on paper, but this is going to work out for them and then some, right? They've got a big chunk they've got to pick up. They decide to check it down, and he just turns into a pure athlete and makes a huge play for them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Carson. And he'll go down at the 28. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On the draw, it's White. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They don't want it. Keep playing.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, Carson able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On the delay, here's Carson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. It's caught. This is White. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn. You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
2nd and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Marsh. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. Goes underneath here to White. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On play action, they'll throw. They'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a 3rd in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC Divisional Round game. And it was the Miami Dolphins who are moving on as they were able to eliminate the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
Now, he'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Look. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got White here. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And the Colts coming out now. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run on first down. Roberson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. And that will be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Single, slot.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Brissett. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Thomas there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They run again with Carson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Houston. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, but they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
And some room to roam now. And they can't bring him down. Still shedding tackles. A big play there for Indy. 52 yards. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brissett, and he fires one incomplete. Gerald Everett is tied in, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Brissett. The open man here, Renfro. And down inside the 15 he goes. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Brissett. And it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Gerald Everett there to make the grab as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a pass dropped off here for James White. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Second and 6. Thomas has got it. Complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 21.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's complete to White. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He gets it to Thomas. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. It just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
and they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. First down, Brissett. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Michael Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Houston. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. This is White on the screen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Marsh. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Now back to throw. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
A big hitter that time in the punt game. 66 yards on the boot. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Going quickly here to Thomas. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Get that ball, Diaz. Get that ball. You go tight. You got tight.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So now the Texans down by 5. And time, a huge factor. A touchdown likely means they move on in these playoffs. Tense moments for the hometown faithful as they've got it with a first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. In victory formation now as they take the knee. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long from Houston.